for umpire third by a good. On that evidence, it has to be given not out. And there's confirmation of that fact. There's no other decision that could be given there. Very, very difficult to overrule that decision and find that there was a little underage there.
4 minutes.
There he goes. That's gone big. That's cleared the boundary. That's gone a fair distance.
With the wind, he's a powerful lad, is Angelo Matthews, tossed up by Sean Williams, and he just helped it on its way with a nice stride down the wicket. Didn't try and hit it too hard, and once it got up in that very, very stiff breeze, sailed away over the boundary.
That's the way to go. That's the area to go.
Full toss down the ground, bisects the two fielders and goes for 4.
Was it hard? Catchable height, but no time at all to react.
Catches it on the full toss. And it hits very, very straight, so the fielders had to make some ground on a fast outfield.
Got him. He's dragged that on. Very good bowling, because he's bowling a line that forces you to hit off. That's into the wind. Trying to go onside Upul Taranga. This is the first time he's been dismissed in 4 innings.
They're happy to see the back of him. Forcing as what has been his undoing in this regard is he's really looked to try and get on with it. That isn't quite his game. He's someone that accumulates runs, and Raza picks up a wicket, and an important one, of a man that's in good form. He's gone for 22. It's 257 for 3.
Superb first wicket partnership. Chipped on the offside. That'll hold up. And a very good catch. Sean Williams kept his eye on it, kept running backwards, and that's what will happen if you're trying to force the batsman to hit 2 areas they do not like.
Excellent captaincy by Graham Creamer. He brought him up into the circle just before he bowled that particular ball, and we spoke about the length, and it had to be attacking that back hip, so he tries to give himself some room and hit inside out. Yes, you're hitting against the wind. It's a risk, and what an excellent catch by Sean Williams, running back. It's the end of Isaiyarasan Gunaratne. His stay was very brief. He's got 160 for 4.
Goes on side, fielder in the deep. Picks up another one. Kusal Mendes perishes off the very first ball that he faced.
Excellent fight back here by Zimbabwe with the ball. The new man at the crease, and he's also hitting with the wind. It's a short ball, it's well directed. He tries to get on with it from ball number 1. We spoke about perhaps looking for the 1s and the 2s, but it's not to be. Malcolm Wala, he hangs on to 1. For a duck, it's 263 for 5.
The man who replaced him, Matthews, flat 6. That's a statement. That's power.
And a very good option. Because of how the field is set, very strong on the leg side, Graham Creamer and his charges are enticing him across the line. He decides not to. He'll rather go down the ground with a straight bat and pick up half a dozen easily without a great deal of risk, and also clever and well executed by the Sri Lankan captain.
Oh, he clubs that. That was short. Gets the treatment it deserves. First bound for Hasaranga.
Raza will be disappointed with that, because they've gone through such a very good period of play, have the Zimbabweans, in reining back the Sri Lankans, and he drags one down, and it's such a big playing surface. Yeah, it's a when you hit the gap, because the outfield is so quick. Good use of the crease, deep inside his crease, and is able to free his arms.
Oh, lovely. This is top hitting from the youngster, I just mentioned long off came into the circle.
It is about the execution. On both ends of the scale, Chris Mpofu is looking for the Yorker. It ends up being a full toss. So the man, all he has to do is just get some elevation. He does better than that. He gets the distance as well over that man, and he picks up 4. Oh, the selectors are happy.
That's the way to do it. Gets it into the gap. That'll run away. The outfield very fast. Oh, very good.
Chris
Masakadza just didn't give up.
Chris Mpofu on that regard got a hand on it. Just took a little bit of pace off it and allowed him Masakadza to rein it in. Here with the dive, he gets his hand on it there.
They run well. Matthews has come back for 3 and he'll stay on strike. Matthews tries to carve it through the offside. Just finds Masakadza. So Zimbabwe finish strong.
An anticlimax for Sri Lanka, you would say. But excellent stuff from the Zimbabwean bowlers. They pick up a wicket off the last ball of their bowling effort. Matthews looking to find the boundary through the offside. Hamilton Masakadza takes the catch, and it's been a good over by Chendai Chatara. He picked up a wicket and went for 5 runs.
11 off the last 2. Angelo Matthews had to battle hard. 42 off 40 for the Sri Lankan skipper. Just taking Sri Lanka to a good score. Yes, they might have lost their way. Lots of runs on the... Zimbabwe will be happy, especially after that opening partnership of 209.
Definitely. Since then, they really reined things in, but it's all about this batting card at this stage of the game. Tequila 116, back-to-back hundreds, and then Gunatilaka 87. Matthews 42, batting at 3 at that stage. They really wanted to get the game going by bringing a power hitter in, and then 22, 1, 0, and 19 were the men to follow. And that's where Zimbabwe really fought back.
Mpofu, 2 for 61. He was very good in those death overs, but I thought Sikandar Raza, Waller, Creamer took the pace off nicely in those middle overs. Wickets for Mpofu and Waller. Sri Lanka in the 50 overs have got up to 300 runs. Zimbabwe need 301 runs at 6.02 runs per over. We'll be back shortly with the Zimbabwean chase.
India Tour of Sri Lanka, live and exclusive on Willow, is presented by Wells Fargo. Together we'll go far. Powered by Zoom. L Service. Send bank deposits and mobile recharge to India instantly. In association with Deep Foods, Deep Samosas, Cow Tojano. Available in your nearest grocery store. And purchase a pack of Taj Mahal tea and get a chance to win exciting weekly prizes.
Here's Malinga. Straight away gets a bit of shape away from the right-hander. I like to look at his approach here. And straight away the first delivery, it sailed over the pickets for 6. What a way to start his international bowling career. Asita Fernando being swung for 6 by Solomon Mire.
Now, and he said, Angelo Matthews at the toss. What's this young man bowl? He said, fast. Well, he went fast to the boundary.
And this, and he will get a boundary. So these are the first runs conceded by Malinga in match. 2 overs, none for 4. Zimbabwe 12 without loss. That's a very good shot indeed. Just onto the pads, and this is his strength. Solomon Mire loves to go through mid-wicket, very strong on the leg side.
Good batting, whipped it on the onside, backed himself. He's not going to swing it that much, you know that as a batsman, because the wind is just howling across the ground.
And here he goes again. This has gone quite high, and it will bounce over the line for 4. Straight over the bowler's head. And well, Solomon Mire really imposing himself. It's 26 without loss. My goodness, where has that gone? That's a... Mire is on fire. It's 37 without loss. Oh, what a shot that is. What a shot. Short and wide. And Masakadza using all the pace it had. Oh, gets an outside edge. The extra pace, just taking the outside edge and running down to third man.
Extra pace, yes, it needs to be straighter. If you're going to bowl width, it needs to be slower. And with the bowling over 140, Chimera open blade and just helped it on its way and ramped it down there. So if all of a sudden they've brought the third man a bit finer now. Yep, you've got to get it straighter, young man.
Warring time. Oh, look at them. They know it.
That'll be 4. He slapped that. That's 50 partnership between these two. Coming very quick time in the 8th over.
Well, forget about the 1s and 2s. Use 2 men can be out the circle. And there it is, through mid-wicket, and it goes for 4.
He saw him coming and dragged it down, but he just sat up. He's got that away. He'll get 4. That was nicely played by Masakadza. Dragged it, controlled it.
Rotation of strike, 3 1s before this particular boundary. It's the sweep shot. And it's played really well. Right behind square on an outfield that is very fast. The man is making Social Mendes.
He gets all of that. Pounds 4.
With the wind. Solomon Mire through the hitting zone is very good.
Must say that. Got him. Hasanga. He's a wicket taker. He picks up the first. It's Hamilton Masakadza who's been cleaned out.
What Zimbabwe did not want. He was brought on particularly for this, to pick up a wicket. And it's a big wicket of Hamilton Masakadza, a man that got 100 a few days ago and is also looking in good touch. He didn't quite pick it, did he?
The wrong end. Very impressive. Not easy at this stage against 2 batsmen who are going really well. Masakadza out for 20. Zimbabwe are 67 for 1. 8. When he threw his wicket away is when Zimbabwe got into trouble the other day. Almost through, but he's got a lot of bat on that. Look at that. Off the mark with the boundary. We've had 10 overs, 71 for 1. Oh, he's hit that hard. How hard was that hit?
Solomon Mire.
Too full to sweep, but they'll get runs and they'll get 4 of them. Everything working nicely for Zimbabwe at this stage.
Buys, signaled by Nigel Long. It goes through the legs of Norashan Tukwela. It stays down, it doesn't bounce as he anticipates, and he's not happy. And there he is, there's nothing much you can do.
toss. Hasaranga strikes again. He's picked up his second, and it's the big wicket of Solomon Mire.
That's exactly what I just spoke about. He just needed to realize he needed to stay there for longer. It was a full toss. He could have hit it with the breeze, but he's decided to lap the delivery. Short fine leg is pretty fine, and it's the captain, Angelo Matthews, and it's a comfortable catch. And it's such an important breakthrough because of the way Solomon Mire was going. He'll be very disappointed, but Sri Lanka very happy. He's gone for a 43 of 30 balls. It's 82 for 2.
An average of 33, a best score of 130. They'll probably... That was outside leg stump. And he's picked it well. He's picked it and hit it hard.
Important boundary. It's a wonderful sweep shot, and it just has to beat the men.
Last game, this is a bit short, gets an edge, and it will run away down towards third man. No, just goes over the line. So it's the 100 for Zimbabwe.
He got there, did all the hard work, and then scooped it back too far and couldn't make necessary adjustments at the end. It was short and wide, but he got a healthy edge to Craig Irvin, and it looked like it was running away. He got there, and then he wasn't able to scoop it back far enough. Straight away a sweep shot, and he's going to run away for 4. 2 straight from Sandakan, inviting the sweep shot on this occasion, and Masakanda's not going to miss out there. 15 bowled, 108 for 2, but a long way. Sweep shot, finds the gap, should get to the boundary. Yeah, pierces the field perfectly. Really good shot from Masakanda. Again, the length allowing him to get down low and sweep it hard and square.
Yeah, it's the length. So when you're not sure, you just adapt that. It's tossed up, the pace is all right, but just a bit too full in that sweeping area. The last ball of the over. Now that's interesting. There was a deflection of the Queller's gloves onto the stumps. Now that's why he went upstairs.
Yeah, it came off the keeper's gloves, ricocheted onto the stumps, and he's just asked the question whether Craig Irvin dragged that back foot. There's evidence of it being okay insofar as the delivery is concerned. And here it is, goes down the leg side, and he never moves that back leg. The toe stays anchored to the ground behind the crease, so he'll be okay. Would have been a bizarre dismissal if he had dragged the foot. This will give us a better indication to see whether it's off the ground or not. There's the little drag, and then it does move a little bit, but I think it's moved along the ground as opposed to gone up and come down. So he should be okay here, Craig Irvin. Umpire Gould will press the button that indicates he can carry on batting. There it is, not out is the call, and quite rightly so.
What a shot that is, pitched up and driven on the up and threw it off. Again, that extra pace on the ball, just enjoying it. Jamil is working up a good head of steam, and what a shot that is. Great shot. Just using the pace of the ball and just running it down behind point.
Makes an overcorrection. Chamira gets driven through. Didn't try and hit it, as you mentioned. Just use the pace and pick the gap perfectly.
Well, the Sri Lankan bowler struggling here. But Louis requirement. Edge taken! That's what Sri Lanka wanted. They've got the third wicket. Quite a straightforward chance to the keeper. Close to the off stump, looking to run it down. And a healthy edge to the keeper.
Great comeback from Chamira. He'd been put away. Two superb boundaries and had to bounce back. Got one in the right area again. Masakanda, when he looks at this, happy. No real feet movement, trying to run it down to third man. A bit of bounce proving his undoing, and that's a big wicket. Look what that means to him. Really, really good piece of bowling. Indifferent piece of batting, you'd have to say. But he played a good little hand at Terasai Musakanda. He's out for 30 of just 23 deliveries. Zimbabwe now 128 for 3.
India Tour of Sri Lanka, live and exclusive on Willow, is presented by Wells Fargo. Together we'll go far. Powered by Zoom, a PayPal service. Send bank deposits and mobile recharge to India instantly. In association with Deep Foods, Deep Samosas, Khao Tojano, available in your nearest grocery store. And purchase a pack of Taj Mahal tea and get a chance to win exciting weekly prizes.
Utility player, isn't he? He's got an average of 32, can bowl a bit.
Skids on, just jams the back down in time to Sean Williams. So 21 bowled, 139 for 3.
For 3, and if you're just joining us, there's been a little bit of rain, and they've decided that the covers should come on, and the players will be leaving the field. And there's just confirmation of the covers that are coming on. The ground staff, they work very efficiently in this part of the world, and you'll see it being covered very, very quickly. Russell, you would know the conditions here pretty well. Would this perhaps be a halt in play, or will this stay up in a short while so we can all enjoy some cricket?
Yeah, good crowd has come in as well, so if we can get out there, it'll be great. I do think it's going to clear, and we will have some play. At this stage, Zimbabwe are 9 runs ahead of the par score, so they're 8 runs in front. Game beautifully set up. Zimbabwe needing another 162 runs in 29 overs. And the way these batsmen have been scoring runs right throughout the series, we cannot put it past the Zimbabweans. That's the equation as it stands as of now. The revised target, 219 in 31. That's what Zimbabwe require. Dushmantha Chamira to start proceedings. A slip in place. A little bit of rain we've had. With an offer, and he gets it through. He gets it through. Strike to the boundary. Desperate effort from Gunatilaka.
Wow, he made some ground to his left.
Back on the money. Direct hit. Direct hit from Marcelo Gunaratnan. Umpire Nigel Long will wait till the ball is dead, and he goes upstairs. They're excited, especially the fielder, square of the wicket.
Craig Irvin, his body language is calm. He doesn't look too worried, but I tell you, direct hits definitely leave everybody on the edge of their seat, and generally it goes with the fielding side. So we'll have a closer look at this.
Close in. Very close. Good fielding, good cricket all round.
And that's why his body language was one of, I'm in, I'm not too worried, but for the fielding unit, they'll love hitting the stumps, and this is just confirmation that it's not out and he's made his ground.
Power play overs. That's it, he's got him. It's Williams. With the required rate up to 8, we have to get a move on.
Bewildered. But now, is there a twist? Is there a twist? Because the umpires definitely want to have a look if there's a no ball.
They wanted to have a look at the back leg. No, he's fine. That's fine. If the back leg touches that return crease, the crease on that side, no ball. Asela Gunaratne does get very close to it. No doubt about the stumping. Sean Williams had to get on with it with that rate climbing. He made only 6. It's 145 for 4. Jeez, he can strike a ball.
Yeah, he's a good man to have at the crease.
Oh, that's an edge, an inside edge. Quicker delivery from Gunaratne, and it's cost him 4. Zimbabwe up to 150.
Needed for Zimbabwe. Just the boundary, just the absolute presence of a boundary in these type of conditions will add some sort of impetus to their innings or their pace to try and chase these down.
With slashes, 4. Jumps all over that opportunity.
You look at his eyes.
Down the ground, pressure released with a 6. He was so quick to pick up length, and he's hit it over mid-on.
Yes, that's what he was begging for, and that's what the Zimbabwe change room were begging for. Those 2 dot balls created so much pressure, and Angelo Matthews was brave because he had mid-on up in the circle, and Craig Irvin, he obliges. It sticks in the wicket, and he goes for half a dozen.
Over the top, hits down the ground, 4 this time. So it's become an effective over, this extra over. Got him! Brilliant catch from the youngster. That was travelling. That's a big blow. That was well hit by Sikandar Raza. This is the type of move, this is the type of play that will change a game. That's an outstanding catch.
He's had a hold on the Zimbabweans in the previous games, and he proves it again. It's an excellent, excellent catch. And that's his 8th wicket in the series. The Sikandar Raza is his 8th wicket. Caught and bowled. He's gone for 10. It's 172 for 5.
Best score of 99 for Malcolm Waller. Oh, that's helped on its way. Gets it away from Sandakand. That spoils the over. 26 gone. Zimbabwe 178 for 5.
Happened to Sri Lanka before. Beautiful sweep shot. Beautiful sweep shot there by Irvine. That's his 50. Hasn't he played well here? Brilliant knock.
Just 45 deliveries. They're on their feet in the changing rooms. They know how important he is to the cause. That's a milestone. He'll lift the bat. He'll appreciate it for a couple of seconds, but he needs to get back to the business at hand. That's his go-to shot. Craig Irvin really, really well executed again.
That'll be a wide. Oh, and it's buys. It's buys. Can someone stop it? It's running away. And it's given us wides. Oh, hasn't he hit that well? That's boundary. That's another boundary. He has absolutely flushed that Irvine. Hasn't he played well?
Really, really good stuff. Not a great delivery, you'd have to say, from Sandakand. Short, and it just sat up, and Irvine punched forward and then waited there and swung through. And it raced across the outfield. Valiant effort, but 15 off the over thus far.
That might be 4. He flushed it, absolutely flushed that through covers. What a knock this has been from Wello. He'll put his hand up here for also for the man of the match candidates.
Just gave himself a hint of room, and that big bottom hand coming play forced it away in front of square on the offside. He knows.
Oh, and a little ramp around the corner. I beg your pardon. They should get at least a 2, and it'll give 4. It's getting that dark. I can't see the ball going to the rope from here.
Another great shot from Malcolm Waller. Got inside the line, you'd have to say, bowling round the wicket. Not the greatest of deliveries. And he was just able to help it on its way. Got enough on it and raced away for another boundary.
Has helped Zimbabwe again. They were struggling a little bit, it must be said. He's hit this in the air now. Someone out there, can he take it? And it's done. There couldn't be a twist in the tail, could there?
Yeah. Too late, you'll have to say. A bit of celebration in the crowd. Angelo Matthews and the Sri Lankan fielders aren't moving. They know that it's done and dusted. He tried to finish it with one glory shot. Malcolm Waller tried to heave it away over the leg side boundary. Good catch in the gloom out there on the boundary. But he did a terrific job to get Zimbabwe to nearly over the line. 20 of 13 deliveries, 215 for Zimbabwe.
Oh, that might be it. It's running down to the boundary. Oh, it's going to be there. It's a big win. It is a big win there for the Zimbabweans. And what a knock it's been by Craig Irvine. Yeah, well deserved. And lost another toss. And look at them, aren't they? Absolutely wrapped on that victory. Brilliant batting performance. Sure, Duckworth Lewis helped him a little bit, and the rain hasn't helped him. But all in all, he did win the toss, and he did elect to bat first, knowing there might be some rain this afternoon, Ali, but let's take nothing away from Zimbabwe. What a great win.
Terrific win, and look what that means to them. Prior to this series, Zimbabwe had never won a one-day international in Sri Lanka. They've now won 2 games in Sri Lanka, and it's 2-2 in the series.
Well, there it is, Sri Lanka 300 for 6 and Zimbabwe 219 for 6. And of course, Zimbabwe have won the 4th one-day international by 4 wickets.
India Tour of Sri Lanka, live and exclusive on Willow, is presented by Wells Fargo. Together we'll go far. Powered by Zoom, a PayPal service. Send bank deposits and mobile
பறக்கட்டும். ராவணன் மாய்த்து சீதையை காக்க ராமர் காலடி வைத்த மன்னடா. மக்களை காத்து எதிரியை அழிக்க எங்கள் அண்ணன் பிறந்தானடா. ராவணன் அழித்து சீதையை காக்க ராமர் காலடி வைத்த மன்னடா. மக்களை காத்து எதிரியை அழிக்க எங்கள் அண்ணன் பிறந்தானடா. எடு எடு ஆயுதம் எடு எடு தொடு ஐந்தாம் கட்ட ஈழப்போரை தொடு தொடு குடிமுடி ஈழத்தில் எதிராக முடி உடை உடை எதிரியின் முற்றுகையை உடை உடை. உலகெங்கும் தொடங்கட்டும். தமிழீழம் தமிழர் கையில் சேரட்டும். அடி 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 முட்கம்பிகள் விலகட்டும். வானெங்கும் புலிக்கொடி புலிக்கொடி பறக்கட்டும். கொடுத்தாலே கொத்து குண்டை சோனியா பறித்தானே பிஞ்சி உடல் வாரியா. நேரத்திலே அண்ணன் படை எதிரி கண்ணில் ஈழ மண்ணை தூவுமடா. கொடுத்தாலே கொத்து குண்டை சோனியா பறித்தானே பிஞ்சு உடல் வாரியா. கண்ணிமைக்கும் நேரத்திலே அண்ணன் படை எதிரி கண்ணில் ஈழ மண்ணை தூவுமடா. எடு எடு ஆயுதம் எடு 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 தொடு தொடு கட்ட ஈழப்போரை தொடு தொடு குடிமுடி ஈழத்தில் எதிரிகள் யாவும் முடி உடை உடை எதிரியின் முற்றுகையை உடை உடை. எடு எடு ஆயுதம் எடு 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 தொடு தொடு கட்ட ஈழப்போரை தொடு தொடு குடிமுடி ஈழத்தில் எதிரிகள் யாவும் முடி உடை உடை எதிரியின் முற்றுகையை உடை உடை. ராஜராஜ சோழன் கொடுத்தான புலிக்கொடி என்னண்ணன் மறுபடியும் வருவாண்டா. தமிழீழம் வென்று தருவாண்டா வென்று தருவாண்டா. சோழன் கொடுத்தாண்ட புலிக்கொடி என்னண்ணன் மறுபடியும் வருவாண்டா. தமிழீழம் வென்று தருவாண்டா வென்று தருவாண்டா. எடு 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 தொடு தொடு ஐந்தாம் கட்ட ஈழப்போரை தொடு தொடு குடிமுடி ஈழத்தில் எதிரிகள் யாவும் முடி உடை உடை எதிரியின் முற்றுகையை உடை உடை. தலைமகனே எம் புறபாகரனே எங்கள் தலைநகரே திரிகோணமலையே.
மோன்றியல் மோன்றியல் இருந்து கூட வந்து விளையாடி